Michael is going viral. Why and what now? Michael has breached the $200 million mark. That happened in the opening weekend itself. It is now the biggest biopic in Hollywood history. It wasn't some drab history for Hollywood in April 2026. Neither was it some mechanical movie release. It was in fact a box office blowout, a quake. Michael has moonwalked past every estimate. It has defied every economic projection, only to rake in $217 million. That is globally and in its opening weekend alone. It was a massive gamble on paper. It was built on huge speculation. It was a deeply polarized subject. It was a troubled shoot. Above all, the subject was controversial. Yet a brutal 38% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Yet crazy audiences responded with 97%. Why is the entire world talking about Michael? Why is everything about Michael going viral? Because Michael isn't just a hit. It is a blueprint and a biopic map for Hollywood's future. Michael has broken the usual biopic math. It has violated the long-accepted biopic formula. It is now rewriting the rules of the biopic game. It is reshaping the future of storytelling in Hollywood. Hollywood relied on safe biopic templates for years. Audiences are now getting tired of that formula. They are getting simply bored and exhausted. Michael is feeling less like cinema, also less like a biographical page in an encyclopedia. Michael faced a hurdle no other biopic ever had to deal with, because the life of Michael Jackson cannot be just glossed over. Remember, the biopic is about a celebrated entertainer whose life was defined by unmatched creative genius on one side and a controversy on the other. Yet he remained a demigod and a deity for fans and followers. Previous biopics played it safe by sanitizing their subjects. They swept unpleasant facts under the carpet. Michael has changed that tradition by flipping the script. It did not run away from anxieties, fears, and complexes. Instead, it is leaning into the surreal life of Jackson. Michael has shifted the perspective surely, from what the world heard to what it feels like to be trapped inside a tornado. The perfect casting too did the trick. In standard biopics, an actor mimics the subject. But Jaffer Jackson hasn't just mimicked Michael Jackson. He has the actual DNA. He has that in him. He is not just Michael's nephew. He is something more than that. His vocal inflection, his look in the eyes, and the movement of his facial muscles, all of them bypass suspicions. Then comes Michael Biopic's breadth. Michael treats music like a high-octane blockbuster action. After that comes its narrative risk. Michael doesn't completely ignore darkness. It weaponizes darkness to show a psychological breakdown. It portrays a man frozen in a state of perpetual childhood, hunted by paparazzi and isolated by his own staggering wealth. Michael is asking viewers to hold two conflicting truths at once: the truth of being a musical god and a deeply broken human being, the truth of being a creative genius and a crime-charged controversial character. This is why Michael is becoming the first ever $1 billion biopic. What then for biopics in Hollywood now? Remember, Hollywood is a copycat industry. When one formula mints money, the cinematic canvas shifts. Michael's success tells studios three things about biopics. 1. Biopics are no longer mid-budget award baits. They are now the new superhero demigod depictions. 2. Expect studios to pump $150 to $200 million into massive biopics. 3. For casting, studios will begin looking deeper inside home to pick prodigies who possess the essence of icons. Michael is proving biopics need not always say good about heroes. Biopics will now try to trap the emotion, plus the ethos fans fall in love with. It is the beginning of the era of event biopics now. It is the start of the era of information movies now. It is now the era of movies that sink into sensory experiences. Love or not, Michael has drawn a deep line on the silver screen. It is showing how the world's appetite for legends is much bigger. Michael is challenging how we view celebrity. It is defining how we process public trauma. It is detailing how we consume private experiences in public. Biopics of the past are officially dead and conclusively over. Michael is teaching movie makers how to dance all over again, also how to sing in chorus with newfound excitement. The buzz is blowing across the theaters. Why would Michael go viral?